watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation. Watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
Real talk, real people, real conversations. Tonight's topic, I want to talk about turning a negative into a positive. It's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. I have an exciting guest on my show this evening, Mr. Larry Durr, who definitely took a negative and turned it into a positive. Mr. Larry, I want you to tell my guests about this show, this book that you've written. Not only that you was able to write, but you actually turned it into a movie.
Yes.
And it's based on a true story, so I want you to tell them all about it.
First of all, thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it, Mr. Coyote. The movie is called Guns and Grams. It's based on a true story. The first half of the story is based on Gaetano Badalamenti, the alleged head of the Pisa Connection, which wound up being the biggest mafia trial in United States history to date, ran allegedly by Don Tano out of Sicily. And it's also, the other half is a story about my neighborhood, Warwick Avenue, growing up. What I did was I decided to put two stories together and make them collide. So majority of this film is true story. You know, really happened. You know, if it's something brought you to tears in this film, 9 out of 10, it really happened. And this movie, it was inspired for me to write it based off me, based on the fact that I had to go to prison at the very young age of 15. For defending my life. If I was in Florida, I would have had to stand your ground, freedom pretty much. But we're up here, and we finished last, kind of up here, Went to jail for defending my own life in adult prison, was stabbed 21 times within 14 hours of me being arrested for defending my own life in adult prison, so to sit there and have my first time being arrested, be as in the adult system, and my first time having to experience such violence that happened to myself. While I was 5 years old, I got shot with a .357 Magnum at the age of 5, growing up in Murphy Homes back then, walking to the babysitters. And, I had a lot of violence happening to me in my life, but I never let the violence make me become a violent person. During the time of me sitting there in prison, I just found out when I called my mother, because I always wanted to be an actor or what have you. I called my mother, and she told me, you were accepted to the School of Arts. So I was crying to my lawyer like, man, please let me come home. I won't defend myself ever again. Next time I'll just let them kill me, like whatever it takes. I know law now. Just let them kill you first, let the police figure it out later, And the lawyer tried to help me, but nothing he could do. The judge told me that I apologize for having to do this, but if you was from my hometown, I'll let you walk out the door right now. But Maryland doesn't have a law for you defending yourself. I had to give you something, so he gave me the very least time he could give me. And when I was going through my most of my stress, I had this dream one time that I was sitting there and driving past this mountain. It was a very bright, beautiful day, and I woke up. I was so upset that I woke up. I forced myself to go back to sleep, and I continued past that mountain again. And I was in a car with someone again, a convertible, laughing with that same person. And then I woke up again. This time they woke me up. They was like, child time, child time. So I grabbed my food, put it under my bed, and slammed the bars and tried to force myself to go back to sleep, which I accomplished. And as I forced myself to go back to sleep, I realized I was in the car with Will Smith. And he made a joke with me. I said, yeah, right, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And when I said Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I realized I was in a convertible with Will Smith. And then all of a sudden, when I realized it was Will Smith, I started to wake up again. But I was still in a dream, but I started floating out of the car. And then I seen myself in the car, and me and Will Smith made it past the mountain. And as I looked, it was a Hollywood sign right there. You know what I'm saying? And then today, I got a 20-year Hollywood movie deal. You understand? Because of the movie Guns and Grams, and because of what Baltimore City did by selling out Guns and Grams, pushing me across the United States of America, with sellout shows. So pretty much I didn't allow you know, myself since I was 5 years old already witnessed something, been through something that I hadn't been going through in the first place with a 357 Magnum, you know. Then I also shouldn't have went to prison for defending my life, you know.
So what I'm hearing you saying, you coming home.
Yes.
After being in prison, you decided to sit down and write, and was determined. And here, the movie Guns and Grams.
Mm-hmm.
And how many cities, states have you sold out in?
Oh man, Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, Baltimore. We had it in Baltimore for almost 6 months. Kept selling out. Like, we made history in Baltimore. They got a plaque up with us alongside the Black Panther and the Avengers. Wow. You know, I can't, it's hard to believe, man, but I really did it. And also in Hollywood, we sold out in Hollywood. We sold out in New Jersey. We sold out in Times Square. We sold out in Atlanta. I'm leaving something out. Like one other state we sold out. I wanted to go to every major city, you know, and also when I went to these major cities, I paid homage to King Von. I went to Old Block, you know, in Chicago, paid homage to King Von, and I just wanted everybody to know who grew up like I grew up, who's still alive, who got shot when he was 5, who's still alive, who went to prison at a very young age, that if you're still out here, you don't have to become what happened to you. You can, in every single neighborhood, Compton, I went to Compton and paid, you know, went out there. I went to these major, strong neighborhoods that's known for being violent, that and the third, to show that Baltimore feels what y'all went through, and you can overcome it. You understand? So it wasn't a rites of passage because I'm a gangster. It was a rites of passage to show that I went through a lot of gangster stuff in life, but that don't mean I'm gonna take on the title of a gangster. So all you guys out here who went through all this stuff and taking pride in how many times you got shot to try to make yourself tougher and say, hey, look at me, I'm a gangster. Embrace that, put your story out there, sell your story or something, you know?
Wow. You already took the words out of my mouth about, you know, I was going to say, what would you say to the guest? But you've already answered those questions. So as we go on, what else would you say to those who are constantly making bad decisions and don't see their way out?
Okay. What I would say to everyone who's making bad decisions, first of all, you know, my eyes were open at the age of 5, you know. When I go out to certain counties, you can barely find a liquor store after 10 or 11 o'clock. When you come to Baltimore City, the liquor stores barely close at 2:15, you know. When you constantly, I realize where I'm from, you know, is majority black. I love all people. But where we come from, to this day, they don't realize how the pyramids were built. Because of our mindset, we built those pyramids. Our ancestors built those pyramids. So we stop polluting our minds so much, stop partying for no reason, try to find a way to accomplish something first, then party. Stop partying every weekend. Stop hitting the you know what club every weekend, throwing your money in the trash can instead of, you know, with big bottles polluting your mind. You know what I'm saying? Basically what I'm trying to say is the more you keep a clear mind, the more cylinders in your mind are going to be clicking, and you'll be able to accomplish major goals. So what I would tell you to do is stop partying until it's really time to party. You understand? Stop popping bottles until it's really a time to pop a bottle. You understand? Accomplish something. You understand? So once you sit there and you stop partying until it's really time to party, you'll get beyond where I'm going right now. I just got an opportunity that's about to happen where Guns and Grams is looking like it's going to become a TV show now, just like Power.
Well, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and conclude with Mr. Larry Durr on some of the more accomplishments, most shows that are coming up, and about the event that's coming up on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
You're watching The David Robinson Show
on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
Welcome to the Coyote Man Show. Stop it. You didn't cross that line. I'm the Coyote Man, and this is my host, Uncle Sheldon. And Uncle Sheldon, Shantae said she wrecked her husband's car because she didn't know whether he missed her or not. Uncle Sheldon.
He don't miss you at all.
Not at all.
He don't miss you going upside his head.
Not at all.
He don't miss you hitting him in the eye.
Not
he
at all.
don't miss you cussing out his mama.
Not at all.
He damn sure don't miss you wrecking his car.
Not that
You
time.
wanna know what he really missed?
Come on.
The peace and tranquility when your crazy ass ain't home.
See, he don't miss you taking a brick and throwing it through his car window. He don't miss you putting a tracking device on him like you some type of FBI or something. He don't miss your disrespectful mouth. He don't miss that dirty, stinking house. He don't miss you
Kelly.
sleeping with his cousin Nuck Nuck. And he don't miss you infecting him with all type of diseases that like crabs that did walk themselves over. See, you done lost your mind because you done crossed that line. That line. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You're watching The David Robinson Show.
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.
And welcome back to the David Robinson Show. I want to definitely get ready to actually conclude. And I want you to tell my guests about the Guns N' Graham movie that's actually coming again here in Baltimore. As you said, it's sold out here.
Yes.
I want you to tell them the time and where it will be held this coming Saturday.
It will be held at the Security Square Mall at 7 o'clock p.m. We're actually going to have a VIP red carpet premiere. This is going to be the final premiere of Guns N' Grams before it goes into worldwide distribution. 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is going to be the red carpet premiere. We have tickets on my bio, or you can just show up there. You can take pictures with the celebrities. You can, if you get the tickets that are for the VIP red carpet, you'll also get a movie ticket included with that. Or you can just show up at 8 o'clock for the showing of Guns N' Grams, the final showing of Guns N' Grams in AMC Theater. And you'll get the chance to see yourself, why it's sold out in all these different states.
And if they got the red carpet, how much are the price of for the red carpet?
Well, if you go on my Instagram, which is Larry Durr, DERR, it's $30. It's $15 just for the ticket to go see the movie. But if you go at the door, it's $5 more for anything you're gonna do. If you're gonna get a ticket for the film, it's gonna be $20 if you show up at the door. If you get a ticket for the red carpet, it's gonna be $35 because you actually the at the door cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, we definitely, I'm so excited to definitely interview you because sometimes we hear about so many negative things that are happening, and especially when it comes to us as men, and that's African American men.
Yes.
And here you took something that started out negative and you turned it into a positive.
Yes, sir.
And now it's spreading across the United States.
Yes, sir.
And Guns N' Grams, based on a true story.
Yes.
And what else can they find out about you if they want to get in contact with you? I know you mentioned earlier about your email. And what if they wanted to get into, what would you inspire or what would you say to someone who really want to get into writing or doing the same thing as you did?
Okay, well, doing the same thing. First of all, I played Onion on HBO's The Wire. That's where I started. When I had lines, I had to fight Bodie, Poot, and I took over the Low Risers. Those same actors star in my film now, in Guns N' Grams. But as far as if you want to be a writer, you understand what it takes for you to do is just write a paragraph of, first of all, find out what you want to write about, okay? And then what you have to do is write a 10-page, pretty much, it's like a synopsis of the whole entire story. So if you're going to sit there and write a synopsis or the 10 pages to your script, you're going to make, the beginning is going to have to show who the star is. The middle is going to show what seems to be about to happen throughout the middle of the film. And by the 10th page, you should be able to tell maybe what this movie's going to end up. You understand? So most of the time, the first 10 pages are what the people look at in Hollywood to see if they're going to invest in it. Sometimes you may want to invest in your film and people say, hey, I want to invest in, you just sit back and we'll give you a cut. You understand? If you want to go on that side, just make your 10 pages powerful, make them easy to understand and not boring. And if you want to be on the acting side, one thing I do want to give back to Baltimore. My next 4 films are being shot in Baltimore City. Like I said, I have worldwide distribution now. But because Baltimore City sold out so much and made history, and because you guys purchased so many tickets for 6 straight months, now the producer of the Jamie Foxx show, the producer of the Martin Lawrence show, he's trying to do something that has that 50 Cent is doing right now. He's trying to open up his own. Well, he's trying to open up his own network and do shows similar to 50 Cent's type of shows, BMF and, things that he's doing that's very popular right now, Ghost Stars or whatever, not the Stars Network or what have you. So I was actually nominated for a major award in Hollywood, and I won because I was nominated by the people, the producer of the Jamie Foxx show, the producer of a bunch of movies that Kevin Hart starred in and what have you. I'm on the phone with these people on a regular basis. So what they want to do is they want me to recant my contract with a certain company I'm not going to say, and they want Guns and Grams to be a TV series in Baltimore City as this, like The Wire was. So Saturday, 7 o'clock, if you come to Security Square Mall, AMC Theater to watch Guns and Grams, please bring your headshots and resumes because Guns and Grams is looking like it's going to be a TV show, y'all, instead of Guns and Grams Part 2. You understand? So we can be doing 3, 4, 5 seasons of Guns and Grams instead of 3, 4, 5 seasons of The Wire. I want to give back to Baltimore for putting the press out there for our city. You understand? Keep buying the tickets the way y'all did, kept selling the movie out the way y'all did. So now it's a chance for me to help about a 5-year-old to be in my film so they ain't got to worry about having to go through what I went through at the age of 5. Help somebody out who's 15 years old who's, being attacked or being nervous because somebody want their dirt bike and they can try something else. They can go ahead and get an opportunity to have lines in a motion picture or a TV show. So it's not looking like it's going to be a no for Baltimore City to have a TV show called Guns and Grams on Stars or on Netflix. As of right now, the producers are talking to Netflix about making Guns and Grams a TV series. So this is not your regular interview. This is something powerful that's happening for Baltimore City right now. So bring your headshots and resumes if you want to be considered for a TV show.
That's real exciting. Here's someone who took, I'm going to use 5 Ds. You had a dream. A dream is like a vision. The Bible says if you have a vision, write it down and make it plain. And then you had discipline. And then you had determination, dedication, and desire. Those things, which your last name is D, but 5 Ds to accomplish what you did, and you put God first.
Yes, sir.
So thank you once again for watching the David Robinson Real Talk, Real People, Real Conversations. Until
You're
next
watching
time.
The David Robinson Show.
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation. You're watching The David Robinson Show.
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.